Thank you, Perry. We're at the Ice Palace in Tampa, Florida. The Canucks wrap up their season-opening three-game road trip with their only meeting this season against Vincent Lecavalier and the Lightning. Tonight's starting goalie is brought to you by Tim Hortons. Take time to enjoy one of our delicious soups today. Come home for lunch at Tim Hortons. Felix Potvin's back in after watching Bob Essensa on Friday. The Lightning go with 24-year-old Dan Cloutier, who stopped 33 shots in their home opening 3-3 tie with the New York Islanders. Former Canuck Kevin Weeks is his backup, healthy again after a back problem, but not starting because Cloutier was so good in the opener. Working with Johns, Tortorelli, and Torchetti behind the bench of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And this tilt from Tampa is underway. This is a good, fast team, but Vancouver should be a match for them as Brendan Morrison takes a shot and Peter Schaefer goes in looking for the rebound. Scott LaChance and Matthias Olin, a very good pair on Friday in Florida, the defensive pair. Correa with a shot. Rebound, they score! Peter Schaefer from Steve Correa, and Vancouver, as it did on Friday in Florida, gets a goal early in the game, 31 seconds in.
Well, Steve Correa looked coming down the wing. It was a good pinch by Scott LaChance that kept everything going. Right there. Now, Correa gets the puck. It looks like he's going to pass it. He chooses to shoot the puck, and that was the right thing to do because a big, juicy rebound got onto the stick of Schaefer. See there? He looks past, makes a shot, and you'll see the stick of Schaefer. Peter Schaefer really jumps in the rebound, and that's why he's leading the Canucks with 2 goals so far.
He's the first of the Canucks to score his second after they'd spread things around. Peter Schaefer with Todd Warner and Vincent Lecavalier. The top line for the Tampa Bay Lightning in its first shift was up against the top line of the Vancouver Canucks, centered by Andrew Castles, although Lightning will have the last change. Here's a chance inside of the net, and a tip. Brashear scores. Greg Hoggood to Donald Brashear, and 1 minute and 38 seconds in. Vancouver has a 2-0 lead. Wow, what a start.
Good play by Donald Brashear. Now Steve Lutzik's going to have to make some readjustments here. The key to the whole thing is the hit by Brashear. Look at this. He forces the puck up the boards. Now watch Brashear get a stick. Nice redirection by Donald Brashear as he takes, first he generates a puck up the boards, and then he redirects it past Dan Cloutier.
So a 2-0 Vancouver lead before many of the fans, and there aren't that many of them here, get to their seats. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Henrik and Daniel Sedin have come on with Trent Platt. Adrian Aucoin dumps the puck in. Henrik Sedin on rushing, poked the puck away from Paul Mera and gets it back on a clearing attempt in the corner. Ryan Muir again trying to clear it. Again, Henrik Sedin knocked it down. Looks to the front of the net. That's where Trent Platt goes. Jovanovski comes in off the left point, then stops. Henrik to Daniel. He shoots, deflected by Platt. Back to the blue line. Jovanovski. Platt screening in front. Daniel Sedin. Henrik directing traffic. Jovanovski. Daniel Sedin shoots. Platt stopped once and twice by Dan Cloutier. Loose puck behind the net. Henrik Sedin. Sarich is back on. Daniel shoots wide on the short side. Teams are 5-on-5 again as the puck is cleared down the ice. Sedins in the tail end of the power play come close to getting their first NHL goal again. Daniel had the best chances, but it's still 3-2 Tampa.
Oh, what a nice play from Henrik Sedin to Daniel Sedin. Here's what we're going to show you. Okay, so Henrik hangs onto the puck right there. That's him there. Okay, now watch right there. Look at the pass to the backhand of Daniel. Perfect play. Now, you know, Jim, in their past, how many years, 10 or 12 that they've played together, that they've done that 100 times.
You would think so.
But instead of getting to a position where you're on your forehand, they hit the backhand, and then he was able, Daniel was able to swing and put it on the stick of Klatt. It's a good play.
They have an uncanny knack for knowing where the other is. Especially Henrik to Daniel. Go in the second period. Battle in the corner. Jovanovski takes the shot. Cloutier the save. And there's a scrap. Peterson and Brian Muir seems to be a pretty one-sided scrap right now as Muir tries to hold off Dennis Peterson, then throws a big roundhouse right.
I think Muir was hanging on, wanting to make the big connection. But here's scrappy Dennis Peterson trying to lift his team a little bit. He got a real good hit on Muir in the corner. And a little bit out of character, Dennis Peterson just trying to get the troops going.
Well, he's been identified as a character player who will one day be a captain and a good leader. And he knows his team needs a spark somehow.
Yeah, good bump. Little bang there, a little pushing of the glove, and Peterson's the first one to drop it.
Todd Bertuzzi barges for the net. 2-foot shot. Cloutier stops it, leaves his feet, and hangs on. And Todd Bertuzzi and Pavel Kubina engage in some extracurricular activity. Now they start throwing punches, and this is too bad for Vancouver. They need Bertuzzi in the game. .38 to go, third period. 33 Vancouver shots, but they trail and can't beat Dan Cloutier. The hash marks, now they are again. Korea comes in. A coin backed up. Olin backs up and takes the pass. Shoots, hit a skate. Hit the skate of Kubina. From the blue line, a coin. Fan. Matthias Olin moves in. Shoots. Scores! Up high over the shoulder of Cloutier, who's not invincible after all. And Vancouver pulls to within one with 2:55 left in the third.
Well, after great work by Peter Schaefer and the boards, you gotta have a look at this. This goes top corner by Big Ole. Oh man, what a shot by Olin. Right over the glove hand shoulder of Dan Cloutier. That was all about good work, and not only along the boards, but in front of the net. Stevie Korea paying a price in front of Cloutier, so that Cloutier had some problem seeing the puck.
Vancouver owns the play and trails by one. Trent Platt against Brian Muir. Platt centering pass, didn't get by Paul Mera. Goaltender still in the net, down to 1:19 to go, and Vancouver in control of the puck. Henrik Sedin centering, Daniel scores! Daniel Sedin's first National Hockey League goal ties the game with 1:13 to go in the third.
Well, Daniel Sedin gets the goal. Henrik sets him up, and we've seen it happen in the past 3 games, but none of them have finished. This one did. Nice play. This was in the trenches warfare, and what a pass right there by Henrik Sedin through about 3 legs onto the stick of Daniel Sedin, and he puts it home.
Henrik to Daniel, and Trent Platt was a huge part of that. You're right. There was warfare waged along the boards for a good 40 seconds before they finally got the puck into the back of the net. And they were all involved in the battle. That's the puck out. Good effort by Andrew Castles. Tampa's on the power play. They've scored once with a man advantage. Vincent LeCavalier already up at center, but here's a steal. Peterson shoots, he scores! Dennis Peterson with 25 seconds to go. A shorthanded goal, and Vancouver's got the lead.
Oh, what a shot by Dennis Peterson. It goes 5-hole on Dan Cloutier, and all of a sudden Cloutier, who was unbeatable through a couple periods, the middle frame at least. This is not a good goal. This goes 5-hole right here. Good shot by Dennis Peterson to put it through the 5-hole of Dan Cloutier, but that's a poor goal by Cloutier.
After all he's done, and then Dennis Peterson scores the goal here. In the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds of the third period, Olin, Daniel Sedin, and now Dennis Peterson have scored goals, and Vancouver's ahead with just 23 seconds to go, and Tampa's still on a power play. A close shave for the Canucks, but they'll get out of here with their second win of the season. 2 seconds to go. A miraculous comeback. The Canucks cheer as they leave the bench, and Bob Essensa. Vancouver has defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-4 in the wildest of finishes, and some much needed early season confidence as they overcome a 4-2 deficit in the dying seconds to defeat the Lightning and bail out Felix Potvin. way to finish. The Canucks head home tonight. The final score, Vancouver 5, Tampa Bay 4 on Sportsnet Pacific.